It's everything Christmas. So make sure I say Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, right? So that's what I want to be focused on here in the next month or so. I'm going to be uploading a video like once every week. And it's going to be a lot of Christmas stuff. I hope. Because that's my goal, right? To make it Christmassy. However, I'm going to change gear a little bit today. And I'm going to actually make a Dallas Cowboy shirt for someone who is turning 50. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll go back to everything Christmas. All right, stay tuned. I'll show you how I do everything. Pretty simple, right? Because I'm gonna be using Cricut. I use Cricut Design Space. Cut out the design. All I did was download a cowboy star. And put the name and the number 50. So it's a pretty simple design. I'm going to be putting it on a blue shirt. So this should be a very quick video. Any questions, let me know. Don't forget to subscribe. And as we go through, if there's anything that you want to know, anything you need me to take more time with, anything, just let me know. And I will do that for you. So don't forget to subscribe, and let's get into it. All right, so I already showed you the design just now. That's going to be the design. It's pretty much the cowboy star in the front of the t-shirt and the name and the year on the back of the t-shirt. But as long as I've been doing this, I still sometimes have to look at my sizing chart. So I have my little folder with cheat sheets, right? And I am going to look up how big the back of the design needs to be before I print it, right? Because I want to make sure I line it up correctly and have the right size for the t-shirt. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to cut my design. All right, so I got my sizing together, right? And now I'm going to print. I just actually ran to Michael's to get this. It's the Siser Glitter HTV in silver. And I'm also using my 24-inch mat. That way I can get both designs in one cut and be good to go, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put it down. One thing I want you guys to remember, right? When you are doing iron-on, when you're doing, make sure that you mirror your design in design space before you cut it. Because if you don't, if you cut it just normal, when you get it out, it's going to look backwards when you put it on the shirt. So you want to mirror it in design space, print it out as mirrored, and then it'll go on correctly, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put this down, and make sure when you're using HTV, which is iron-on vinyl, you're putting the shiny side down on your mat. So I'm just going to go ahead and line that there. And I need to clean my mat. So my mat is not as sticky. Can you see that? Yeah, as sticky as it should be. So I'm going to go ahead and put it into my machine down there. Let it do its thing. And then I'll come back. I'll weed it. And then we'll press. Easy peasy. So as you can see down there, it is cutting the design. It should go pretty fast because, again, like I showed you earlier, it's a very, very, very simple design. So once it's cut, we'll go ahead, weed our vinyl, and then press our shirt. This could have also been cut on a 12-inch mat. I could have did two 12-inch mat instead of the one 24-inch, but either way, whatever's your preference. If you have a 12-inch mat, that will work just fine. All right, look at this. So my design is cut, right? But you can't really see, right? I guess if you look close enough, you'll see the cut, but you can't really see it. But my design is cut. So what I'm going to do is use my weeder and peel away all the excess. That way the design itself is visible. And then once that's done, then we'll go ahead and press. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to find an area and it's hard to see. So I normally use my light pad, but I really don't feel like going there right now. So I'm just gonna find an area where I know for a fact. Here it is. All right, I found an area, and basically I'm gonna just pull up on that area. And then I'm just gonna start the weeding process from there. You wanna be very careful because you don't want to rip your design, right? See? I didn't rip my design, but you just wanna be careful while you're weeding. So I'm gonna finish up, continue to weed because that's the beginning of the star. I'm gonna finish up the weeding, and then I'll come back with the final design that's ready to be pressed. Okay. All right. So I weed. Oh, actually, I did not finish weeding my star. I have to take out some more negative pieces in my star. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. And I could actually, that's easy. So I could actually do that on camera so you can see. So what I did was I lift up a piece. And then I'm just gonna pull it off. I'm gonna pull it off. Taking my time because I don't want anything else to lift up. Okay. All right, here we go. So I took that out. So now here we go. So this is how we're gonna press it like this, right? So you see why we needed to mirror the image, right? Because if we had it the other way, it would have came out like this, and then it would have been backwards. All right. Let me go ahead and cut these into two because it is two different pieces. Okay. Our star is going to go on the front right here. And then our name and number goes on the back. All right. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I have my shirt set up behind me. If you can see it, it's right there. So I'm going to, and please excuse all that. That's messy when I craft, I get messy. That's my iron. My iron is heated, so I'm going to go ahead and press it, and I'll show you how I do that. All right, so the tools I'm going to be using over here to complete the press is my Cricut heat press. I have it set at 315 for 15 seconds, but we're going to go ahead and actually put that up. We're going to put that up to about 30 seconds. I think 15 is fine, but I'm going to keep it at 30 seconds. We have this, what do you call this? I forgot what you call this. But you could also use butcher paper to go on top of your design when you press it, so to prevent any kind of overheating or burning or anything on the design. I'll also be using this t-shirt Siser that I ordered. I don't know if you guys could see that. This one is for the adult. For me, it just makes the placement so much easier and so much better. So use this. Yay. And then I also use my ruler just for a double check, triple check to make sure that my design is straight. I don't want to give somebody something that's crooked. You don't want that, right? No. All right. So I know that my heat press is heated to 315 because I heard it beep. So what I want to do is now I'm going to go ahead and just press over the area that I'm going to be doing the design, because I want to take out any moisture that's inside of the material that will prevent the design from actually sticking. So I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to rub the press over it really quickly. See, you see, all I'm doing is doing a quick press over there, getting the heat out, and then that's it. All right, we're gonna lift this up. Now we're gonna carefully place our design where we want it to be. As I mentioned earlier, I use this. So all I'm gonna do is line this up to the collar of the shirt. So I'm going to bring this down a little bit so you guys can see it right here. Just line it up really well. See? Nice and lined. I wish I had my camera overhead. That way you can see that a little bit better. But I have it lined exactly where I believe it should be. Then I'm going to take my first design, which is the star, and I'm just going to line it up right in the middle, in the center. I'm just going to line it up right in the center. Now, what I have to do is make sure that the star is straight, right? Because we don't want to have our design looking crooked, right? All right. So all I'm going to do is measure up. I'm going to use my ruler, and I'm going to go from side to side. And I'm just going to play with it until I get it perfectly straight, okay? All right, so now that we have it straight, here we go. I have it lined up on our shirt straight. All I'm going to do now is press it. I'm going to go ahead and put it on there for the amount of time. I'm probably going to do it just to make sure I have it covered completely. Do it a side at a time, right? Not necessary, to each his own, just a technique, but I want to make sure that her shirt is perfect and that it doesn't come off in the first wash. So, go ahead. So, I'm going to go 15 seconds on each area. Okay, and then 15 seconds on the other area. And 15 seconds on the bottom. And you want to, if you're using a press, you want to go ahead and put a little bit of pressure on there to make sure that, just that you press it really, really well. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to the side. All right, so that should be good. I'm going to go ahead and flip it over and just give it a little press on the back side before I take that clear piece off. Just going to go ahead and give it a little bit of heat for about 10 seconds. This is just to ensure that we give it that extra, I don't know, just that extra. All right, and then, so now, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off, because you wanna pull it off while it is still hot. This is a hot peel, so you peel it off while it is still hot. And here is the star on the front of our shirt, right? So now I'm gonna go ahead and do the back. Same thing, line it up, get it correctly, make sure you size it correctly, and then you press. All right, so I finished pressing this one, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a nice warm peel. Beautiful. Look at that. Perfect. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold this nice and neat, because presentation is everything, and put it in a little t-shirt bag and have it ready for my client. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And if you have any questions, any questions about anything crafting, I know the things that I'm doing are pretty basic, but if you feel like it's not, and you feel like it's hard, and you feel like you need more information on what I'm doing, I'm more than happy to help you. Just go ahead and send me a message, put it in the comments below, or any of the items that I'm using if you need to know where to purchase them from. A lot of my items are just purchased from Amazon. So if you go on Amazon, but I could give you the name if you need. And again, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And let's have some fun for the Christmas holiday. Hopefully all my next videos will be nothing but Christmas related. Love you guys. Thanks.